brand new patch came out for WWE 2K22. This is patch 1.20, and it's not just my faction stuff this time. There are two main pieces to this update that I want to go through with you today. The patch has given us not only updated attires that are found by creators online through my faction as part of the update, but I did some digging myself, and I found some fixes to universe mode that you may be happy with. Starting with attires, you can go online and search using the hashtags Rey Mysterio, Call, and Com with one M at the end to be able to locate a couple of these new My Faction downloaded attires, alt superstars in the game. The first one that we're showing here is going to be an alt for Rey Mysterio Jr. It has Rey's call name. The commentary is included, that the tattoos are slightly different to this version of Rey, and the mask is removable, and it's a different looking head. But you can see, as I've done here, I've gone in and I'm able to just simply remove the existing mask that is on Rey Mysterio, but we do have a purple mask, you have a blank tank top, and you have the just straight up purple pants with a knee brace. So expect this one to get updated from creators like iWorld's Finest. It looks to be an LWO version of Rey Mysterio Jr. So stay tuned if this gets updated and recreated down the road. And next up we have Batista 2002. This is finally done. If you've been watching things or looking at this thing online before, or even on the channel here, but this version of Batista was corrupted and it was wonky and it was glitchy and all this stuff, but this is now finalized and it is ready to go. You can search Batista 02. You can search using the hashtags Call and Com with one M. If you put two M's in for this, it's not going to show up. I'm downloading this one from World's Finest, one of the best or finest creators out there. But Batista 02 will give you the hidden in-ring debut Batista model, the alt for Batista, and you get the commentary included for this version. And last up, we have Sami Zayn. Now you can get this Sami Zayn from creators Witty the G or from iWorld's Finest at the time of this recording. This is an alt for the in-game version of Sami Zayn. It includes the commentary with it. This is Sami Zayn's 2012 debut in NXT, which is a great look, and I love the attire. Patch 1.20 is looking to be dealing with minor bug fixes and updates, and primarily focused on this update for My Faction. There were Reddit posts and stuff earlier on this month that were suggesting that there are two final updates to the game for its lifespan, and then that's all we're gonna get. And it's pretty safe to say it's going to be this one and the next one that are going to be just focused on mostly My Factions, until your boy Matt here found some goodies just like the thumbnail suggests, yeah? Because what I found was, through tons and tons of digging to see what was fixed, it looks like it's minor bug fixes and glitches, but we do get a little bit more for fixes in universe mode. The first fix that you're gonna find in universe mode has to do with shows. Play universe mode, you would know that there has been a glitch in there that it would default your SmackDown arena to Raw 2019 anytime you would want to change the show. Didn't matter what you did, even if you deleted or whatever, it's still gonna bug out. This seems to be corrected and fixed. I'm playing on my Xbox and I have tested this for different days of the week, different shows, Raw and SmackDown, different arenas, and at least for me, it seems like this has now been fixed. You can change it up now and slap in a different arena. You got different referees in there. You can change out the show you want, and it will now work, and it won't default to Raw 2019 anymore, which is a great win if you're somebody that's spending a lot of time in universe mode. Once again, I tested this with Raw, trying to put in a 2005 or the 2011 Raw arena, saved everything, backed out of it, gone back in. Every which way I did it, I did not seem to have a problem. The next fix, which I'm pretty happy about, it's a small thing for universe mode, but it's finally getting addressed. Money in the Bank seems to work now. By default, on a brand new universe, if you go in and you select Raw, for example, you'll have the Raw Women's Championship Money in the Bank, and you can assign a Money in the Bank title holder. To test this out, I put Bianca Belair as the Women's Money in the Bank holder. And then on SmackDown, I put your boy LA Knight, as the SmackDown Money in the Bank holder, going after the Universal Championship. Nothing crashed for either Bianca or for LA Knight, and I went and downloaded a custom Money in the Bank briefcase and see if I could use that, and it still worked and it didn't crash. So this has now been fixed where you can put in custom Money in the Bank briefcases into universe mode and it will work. I took it a step further where I went in and I added not only a men's Money in the Bank on one show, but also a women's Money in the Bank on the same show. and it still worked. I should say I did find a little glitch in there, and it may just be how it's set up, but I tried to make Cody Rhodes a money in the bank holder, but I didn't have Cody assigned to a show, so he would not do a cash in. So it was a little finicky. It wasn't, 1000%, but going in for just a normal universe with the roster, even as I have LA Knight, I assigned him to SmackDown, and everything seemed to work. So you will see that if you want to announce a cash in, you can. That pops up properly. I had a match between Becky and Asuka here, just straight up Raw match in universe mode, and I was able to press pause and go down, and the cash in option was finally highlighted, and it worked. You do one move on your opponent and it will trigger the person to do a cash in. And on the women's side, I did it again where I waited for the match to finish. I had Becky win, and then I actually just pressed like all of the face buttons on my controller to prompt the cash in post match. If you wait too long and you try to do a breakout, a standard breakout, it just does a breakout between you and the opponent that you had in the match, and the Money in the Bank cannot be cashed in. In fact, even during a breakout, you can pause and select cash in. It didn't work, at least not for me. But I tried every which way on my controller, at least on Xbox, that if I was gonna hit any button in that moment when the pin is complete, to try and hit anything, and individual buttons were not working, but as soon as I kind of pressed everything all at once, it seemed to prompt a cash in. On the men's side, like you can see here, I pressed pause and I went and did a cash in, and the best performer in the world just wanted to deal with a bunch of incels and get rid of them is going to be LA Knight, and he did a cash in. What was cool though is that he teased the cash in, so we got different animations for cash ins here.
Guys, look who it is! Mr. Money in the Bank! Is he gonna cash in? Is he gonna try to do it here? It's a great time. It's a great opportunity. Whoa, wait, he's leaving. Where's he going?
I replayed this a bunch of times, mostly to try and get the button combination to see if it would work. And once again, by kind of pressing all the face buttons, I was able to trigger a post-match cash-in on Roman. Remember too, cash-ins in universe mode, the champion that you're going to cash in on cannot have a manager assigned. I tried this with Roman, having Paul Heyman ringside in a straight up one-on-one match, and it wouldn't allow for cash-in. Has to be just a regular one-on-one match, no managers. That's when you can try to do a cash-in. The other thing I tested with this too was I went through regular schedule. I had no Money in the Bank holders, but I had it set up for a men and women to have Money in the Bank on the shows. And then I simulated until I got to Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And when I did, it did work properly. We did get a women's Money in the Bank match, and we got a men's Money in the Bank match with the custom Money in the Bank briefcase, so it worked. Quick notes too, if your superstars are in a rivalry, I find then it doesn't allow Money in the Bank to work. So if you're trying to do a cash in at the end of a match, but the two stars are going to be in a rivalry, I don't think it totally works, because I wasn't able to trigger it because a cutscene was going to trigger instead. And that kind of overrides the Money in the Bank option. So it's not perfect. One cool thing that is fixed, that was in before, I swear, but it's now back, is that if you have multiple Money in the Bank holders on a specific show and you select announce the cash in, it will now prompt on screen which Money in the Bank do you want to cash in, the men's side or the women's side. You can see in this example, I had it set for Cody Rhodes on the men, and Carmella was holding the SmackDown Women's Championship, and I was able to decide which one I wanted to cash in. Patch update is running you at about 1.2 gigabytes, at least on Xbox it was, and we're likely to see more My Faction updated attires and alt attires to come out, and when I do, I'll have them posted here on the show. If you enjoy this episode or you're new here, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because we do all WWE 2K22 stuff like every single day. It's crazy. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.